त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौली स्फुरत् तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीमां मीनवक्षोरुहाम् पाणिभ्यामलिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम् सान्निपातिकज्वर सततज्वर विषमज्वर ग्रह नक्षत्र दोषाञ्चान्या हर हर काली सर सर गौरी गम गम विद्ये आले माले काले बन्धे भज भज विद्ये मख मख विद्ये नाशय नाशय पापम् हर हर दुःस्वप्नम् विध्वंसय विध्वंसय विघ्नविनाशिनि रजनी सन्ध्ये बन्धुभिनादे मानस्तोषे मानसवेगे शङ्खिनी चक्रिणी वज्रिणी गदिनी शूलिनी अपमृत्युविनाशिनी विश्वेश्वरी द्राविडी केशवदयिते पशुपति सहिते भीममर्दिनि धवनी कामिनी शबरी विराटी वाचस्पति ॐ द्रं द्रं झं झं द्रं द्रं गुरु गुरु ॐ द्रं गुरु गुरु
Namaste and a warm welcome to all our friends who have joined us this evening or this morning or this noon from whichever place you are to the second session of the 33rd day of the Global Festival of Yoga. So it's a yogathon that has been continuously on since International Yoga Day, that is 21st June, and going on up to 31st July. So we have with us today Ketki Gokhale, a dear friend, who will be leading this very interesting session, which I'm sure you'd all be highly appreciative of. Because we have had so far many interesting sessions which discussed and also gave us a practice on the importance of the Nidra, Yoga Nidra, and just about the sleep itself. So we'll have a session dedicated to that. I request Ketki Gokhale ji to kindly join us on screen.
Namaste.
Namaste and Swagatam.
Thank you.
So, if you remember, we had a session, dedicated session on Nidra Yoga by Andre Ree, and in a couple of other sessions also, one session with Ravi Manthaji and also one session with Rajiv Vasudevanji, we had an elaborate discussion on the importance of Nidra, the sleep, and how it contributes towards wellness. So, in that context, we have a dedicated session today which focuses on an evening yoga flow for sound sleep, which will be led by Ketki Gokhale. Just to introduce Ketki Gokhale in a formal manner, Ketki Gokhale is the founder director of Atman Yoga Consultancy and has been teaching yoga in UK for more than 10 years, focusing on Hatha Yoga, Power Yoga, Pregnancy Yoga, and Children's Yoga. In fact, she is a mother of two beautiful daughters, and both of them, she is training them well in the line of yoga. She has worked with corporate clients such as National Grid and tailored well-being programs to manage stress and anxiety at workplace. She was a visiting faculty at Cambridge University, Yoga Society, and London Ayurveda University. She has been conducting yoga therapy in addition to private and group yoga classes. She has done her yoga therapy and master's degree in yogic science from Yes Vyasa, Bangalore, yoga teachers training from Yoga Vidya Niketan, Mumbai, and diploma in yoga philosophy from Mumbai University. And she has been passionate towards yoga from a very young age, and she continues to hold that passion and grow in that passion. Her yoga philosophy is all about inclusion, expansion, and evolution within, and she loves working with people to create yoga journeys that motivate towards fulfilling their ambitions. So this is a brief introduction to Ketki Gokhale, who is a very good friend and who is also a classmate and a student at Yes Vyasa, Prashanti Kutiram. So she'll be leading this session on the flow, a sequence for a good or a sound sleep. So with this brief introduction, I request Ketki ji to take over from this point onwards and lead the session. Over to you, Ketki.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vinay, for that lovely introduction. And also, I'm very grateful to be part of Global Festival of Yoga. And thanks to Team Indica Yoga for giving me this wonderful opportunity to present my session today and interact with you all. Now, this session is going to focus, as Dr. Vinay has said, on evening yoga flow for sound sleep. Now, what it's so special about having something evening yoga flow? So let's ponder on this for a few minutes before we start our practical session, so that I can set the correct background for all of us to practice this session. See, when we think about health and well-being, we are mainly focused on our diet and our exercise routine. But similarly, like diet and exercise, the third factor which is equally important, and that is sleep, but mostly that gets neglected by many of us. Now, it's recommended to practice some sleep hygiene before we go to bed, because this sleep hygiene, if we can practice regular sleep hygiene, that helps to improve our quality of sleep and hence the quality of our life. Because quality of our sleep determines many important factors such as our metabolism, hormonal balance, the functioning of each organ, weight loss, and our overall mental and emotional well-being. Now, what comes under this sleep hygiene? So, practicing certain activities before going to bed, such as having, light meal, then disconnecting yourself from all electronic gadgets, which is very, very challenging, but with some, determination, we can definitely achieve it. So instead of using those gadgets till the last minute of our sleep, listen to some good music or read some nice book or spend some quality time with your family members. So all these things are very, very important. But why they are so important before we head to our sleep, good night sleep? Because during the day when we perform different activities and we do different work, we accumulate different types of tensions, and these tensions are also threefold, that is physical, mental, and emotional. If we are very much exhausted, tired, then that fatigue gets accumulated in different types of our different parts of our body, maybe in the muscles or joints. So that is the physical tension. Then if we have faced some stressful situation, or some kind of uh, picture where we are not very happy or very distracted, so with those disturbing thoughts or feelings, if we are going to bed, again we are not going to get that quality sleep. So in order to free ourselves from all these tensions, it's very important to practice this sleep hygiene. Just imagine that with that fatigue and with those distracted thoughts, if your still mind is racing with the thoughts and you're trying to sleep, that definitely you're not going to have that good night's sleep. So through this session, I would like to give you that experience of how you can get rid of all these tensions, relax your body and your mind, and that is the ideal condition to go to bed in order to restore your body and feel fresh, energetic the next day. So before we start the session, I would like to give you some time to prepare yourself. Like, I just suggested few tips, like have low light in the room, or just lit few candles, play some soft music in the background, just to create that environment, and then we will start our practice. So I'm giving you just few minutes to do this.
We play the video now.
Yeah.
So as we are getting ready for the practice session, I request Ram Prasad ji to kindly present us with the Namami Yoga Vidya. That will take about 3 minutes time, and those who are already ready with a blanket and block, you can watch this video, or those who want to get ready, you have 3 minutes time before you come back to the session. So just to let our participants know, this was a video that was produced by Indica Yoga and Center for Soft Power on the occasion of this year's International Yoga Day, and is being featured on all our videos. And it has the main actor there is Rukmini Vijay Kumar, a renowned Bharatanatyam dancer. She has conceptualized and presented before us. This is the second edition of the series that we started last year. So last year we have one dedicated video for the International Yoga Day, and is called as Yoga Niyoga. And this year it is Namami Yoga Vidye. So with this, I now revert back to Ketki ji to lead this session.
Yes, sure. Thank you. I hope everyone is ready and set up with some low lights in the room. And I hope you have got something to support yourself. So with your yoga block or a blanket or something, or a small cushion, whichever is available with you. And I will just give you a brief picture of our session, that we will start with prayer. Then we will do some breathing technique, which is called as Shwasana Marga Shuddhi, just to cleanse our entire respiratory tract. And then we will do a small warm up, followed by moon salutations or Chandra Namaskar. Now, in this practice, we specially involve our lower body. So your legs, your hips, your lower back. So just precaution that if you have got any knee issues or low back pain, sciatica, or if you have high blood pressure or anything related to your heart, please do it very carefully, or you can just avoid some practices and just do it as per your capacity. The entire session will flow with a very slow movement, focusing on breathing and the amount of stretch coming in different muscles, and try to release those tensions within the muscle. So now we will start with our session. Sit comfortably on your mat. In cross leg position, or whichever you're comfortable in, and gently close your eyes. Just try to keep your entire body relaxed and comfortable. And try to focus on your breathing. Keep your back, your spine relaxed. And if there are any thoughts going on in your mind, just try to keep them away and prepare yourself for this evening yoga flow for sound sleep. So gently adopt Namaskar Mudra. We will start with prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Now brush your palms on each other. Try to make them warm enough and place them on your eyes to feel the warmth. Give gentle massage all over your face, and with few blinks, slowly open your eyes. Now we will start with a breathing technique which is called as Shvasana Margashuddhi, which is similar to Kapalbhati, but we will do it with individual nostrils. So with your right thumb, you close your right nostril, and through the left nostril, we will exhale out forcefully for 30 counts. So here we'll start. After 30 counts, you relax your right hand, and with your left thumb, you close your left nostril and try to exhale out through your right nostril. So go for 30 strokes. After 30 strokes, you relax your left hand. And now try to exhale through your both nostrils for 30 counts. And relax. Keep your eyes closed and become aware of your nasal passages, your windpipe, and your lungs. And as you breathe in and breathe out, feel the free flow of your breath without any obstruction. So feel your nasal passages open, clean from within. Take a deep breath in, fill up your lungs with maximum oxygen. And as you exhale, relax. You can feel that your breathing is slowing down as with the help of these forceful exhalations, your lungs get filled up with maximum oxygen, and hence your breathing slows down. So you might find little gap or pause in between your breaths. Become aware of that. And try to relax. And now with few blinks, slowly open your eyes. And now slowly come to the standing position. Now here we will start with a gentle warm-up. So place your both hands on your waist and just lift your right leg up. We'll start with ankle stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then go for ankle rotation. So with your toes, make big circles with your toes and go for clockwise rotation and anti-clockwise rotation. So we'll go for a few rounds, clockwise and anti-clockwise, and then relax your right leg. Then slowly bring up your left leg and start with ankle stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rotation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go reverse. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slowly bring down your left leg and now bend little forward and place your both palms on your kneecaps for knee bending. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now after this, we'll go for your knees in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then reverse, out and in. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And slowly come up. And we'll go for hip rotation. So make big circles with your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go reverse. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. We'll go for wrist bending. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make loose fist of your palms and go for wrist rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reverse. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll go for elbow bending. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take your arms sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And slowly bring your arms down. And we will go for shoulder rotation. 1, bring your arms up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5. And go reverse. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Relax your arms, relax your legs. You can just catch hold of your fingers in front and we'll go for neck rolls. So bring your head to your left side. Slowly take it behind, to your right and in front. Those having any issues with your neck or having spondylosis, don't bend forward, but just go side to side like this, right to left. And others can bring it forward, let it go down and back. And again, change the direction. So from left you go forward, right, back, left, forward, right, back, and slowly come back to the center. So by doing these Sukshma Vyayam or these exercises meant for your joints, release any accumulated tension into the muscles holding the joints and into the joints. So again, once again, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, relax. Now, after this gentle warm up, we are going to start with moon salutation or Chandra Namaskar. When you practice Surya Namaskar, generally we go for like 10 to 12 rounds, more number of rounds. But when we go for Chandra Namaskar, you can perform up to 2 to 4 rounds, not more than that. And today we will be just practicing 1 round of it. Now, when you do Surya Namaskar, generally we start our practice by standing at the top of the mat and we move backwards. But while doing moon salutation, we stand at the right side of the mat and facing sideways. There are different variations of moon salutation, but today I am going to show you my version of moon salutation. So keep comfortable distance between your both feet, and your body weight is equally shifted on your both feet, and bring your both hands into Namaskar Mudra. Close your eyes. We'll try to do little visualization here. So with your closed eyes, just imagine the night sky on top of your head, and the full moon is present in that dark sky. A very gentle, soft light you can see. Try to develop the feelings of love, compassion, kindness in your heart. Try to visualize the full moon, its soothing energy. And by doing Chandra Namaskar, we are also trying to activate that lunar energy, soothing energy within us to produce relaxation all over our body and mind. With few blinks, slowly open your eyes. Very slowly start bringing your arms up. Here you inhale and try to bend to your left side. Feel the stretch on your right. Slowly come back and bend to your right side as you exhale. Feel the stretch on your left side and slowly come back. Throughout the practice, you can keep your breathing normal. Now from here, you bring your left leg and left arm to your side. And from here, this is called as a star pose. We are going into goddess pose. So now we are going to squat down. Your toes are pointing out and your knees are bending in direction of your toes, and stay there for a few breaths. Feel that stretch and tension building up in your thighs and your hip region. And now from here, slowly come back to your star pose. So where your arms are at shoulder line. Now slowly, you turn your left foot to the left side and stretch your arms to the left side and start bending down into triangle pose or Trikonasana. Feel the stretch into your left inner thigh. And now from here we'll go into pyramid pose. So you turn to your left side, and while turning your torso, you start turning your right toes to the left side and bring yourself to the left side. And just let go of your head down. Try to keep your both legs straight, but soft at the knees, not very tense, and let go of your head. Now from here we will go into low lunge. So bring your left leg little bit to your side and go into the low lunge. And from here we will go into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So if you're comfortable, then start bringing your arms up and try to bend backwards. Slowly bring your arms down, back into the low lunge. And now from here, we are turning to the side. So now I'm sitting on my left heel, resting my left hip on it, and my right heel is on the ground. So do it very carefully. And now you can cross your arms in front and switch yourself from your left heel to your right heel.
Ketki, can you go a little behind, please? Just
Yeah. Am I visible?
a little more. One step more if you can.
That's
Yeah,
how I can go.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. So now I'm sitting on my right heel and my left heel is pointing, resting on the ground, toes pointing up. And now turn to your right side into the low lunge. And bring your arms up into half moon pose. Slowly bring your arms down. And now from here we will go into pyramid pose. So slowly just straighten your legs and bring your head down. Now from here, you straighten your left foot and go into triangle pose. From triangle pose, you come back into star pose. Go back into goddess pose. And now bring your right leg and arm to your left side. So you started with the right side of your mat and you ended to the left side of your mat. So this is the half round of moon salutation. We will again do the same sequence to complete one round of Chandra Namaskar. So again, both hands into Namaskar Mudra. Slowly start bringing your arms up. Inhale here. Exhale, bend to the left side. Inhale back. Exhale, bend to the right side. Inhale back. And now from here, you can take your right leg and right arm out into the star pose. From here, go into goddess pose. So you squat down. Again, come back into the star pose. Now this time, you turn your right foot to the right side and go into triangle pose. Now from triangle pose, you turn your torso to the right side, bringing your left toes to the right side and bend down. Now from here, go into low lunge. Now bring your arms up into half moon pose. Slowly take your arms down. Now turn yourself to the side, sitting on your right heel. Now bring and cross your arms and shift your body from right heel to the left heel. Now turn yourself to the left side into low lunge. Go into half moon pose. Slowly come back. Lift your hips up and go into the pyramid pose. From there, straighten your right foot and go into triangle pose. Now from here, slowly come up, straightening your left foot into the star pose. Go back into the goddess pose. And now you take your left leg and arm to your right side, back into Namaskar Mudra. So you end up again to the right side of your mat. So here we completed one round of moon salutation. So this is how generally we do it. So again, in the evening, if you want to do this evening yoga flow, include 2 to 4 rounds of moon salutation. Now after this, we will do a small sequence of yoga asanas. So now use your yoga block, blanket, bolster, whatever you have. So the first one, we are going into a forward bend. So take your legs apart as much as you can, but see to it, your feet are parallel, toes are pointing forward, and you can balance on your both legs. If you have got yoga block, then you can put it in front and you start bending forward from your lower back, resting your arms on the ground. And if you have got yoga block, you can rest your forehead on the block. Now, if you can't touch your arms on the floor, that's fine. Wherever you reach, you just take support by resting your arms there and let go of your head down completely. See to it, your head is hanging down, no tension in the upper body, and just let go. Take long, deep breaths here. And whenever you feel, you slowly open your eyes and lift your head up. Take your legs a little bit closer and slowly curl up. Slowly come up, back to the standing pose. Take your legs together and relax. The next one is also a forward bend, but keeping your both legs parallel to each other, and the distance between your both feet is equal to the width of your hips. Now from here as well, you start bending forward from your lower back and just try to let go of your head and arms. Keep your legs soft in the knees. Do not keep them very tense. So soften your knees. And this time, just grab your elbows. So catch hold of your elbows. Let go of your head down. And now here, you can slowly move to your right side and to your left side. Right side and left side. Last round. Swing your body, upper body, from right to left and left to right. So see to it your both arms are relaxed. Your head is just relaxed, pointing to the ground, and feel that stretch coming at the back of your knees. Feel the gushing of the blood into your head region. Lot of blood is reaching to different parts of your brain so that there is good oxygenation to your brain, relaxing all the brain centers. And very slowly, you can bring your both arms on the ground and just take your right and left leg behind. So you are into downward dog. So your hips are pointing up and your head is down. Now here you start raising your heels alternately up and down. So start moving your heels up and down. Go for 10 rounds of your heels moving up and down, up and down. And finally, you bring your both heels on the ground and take your knees down and putting your hips back, you go into the child's pose. Relax. Now in child's pose, we will do one variation where what we will do is our hips are relaxed down. So you slowly take your right arm over your lower back and left arm to the right side. So here you can use your yoga block or a cushion or the bolster, and you rest your head, side of the head on the ground. Your left leg is facing to your right side and right arm on your lower back. So here, stay there. If you're comfortable, you can remove your yoga block and rest your head on the ground. So whichever is comfortable, you can do that. And with closed eyes, try to stay there for a few breaths. And slowly opening your eyes, lift your head up and bring your left arm back to the position, right arm up. And similarly, you can take your right hand to the left side, left hand on your lower back, and rest your head on the ground. And slowly opening your eyes. Once again, you bring your arms above your head into child's pose and relax. Now slowly opening your eyes, bring your head up, bring your arms forward and come out of child's pose and bring your legs in front. So now you're keeping your legs in front with feet little bit apart, and try to relax your knees down. Here we'll try to again bend forward, inserting our arms below our legs, so resting the elbows on the ground. And you can rest again here a yoga block to support your forehead on the block. So put your arms below your legs and let go of your head. Very slowly bring your head up. Slowly bring your arms out one by one. Take away the block and slowly start straightening your legs. And you start bringing your elbows one by one on the floor and take a backward bend with your head. So just bring your head back. Now from here, slowly opening your eyes, you straighten your arms and lie down on your back into the relaxing pose. So legs are a little bit apart, hands away from the body, and relax. As you open your eyes, bring your both legs together, hands by side of your body. Now you bend your right leg and with your right palm, you grab your knee and try to do not press it on your abdomen, but to your side, close to your right armpit or right shoulder. Feel that stretch into your right hip joint. Now slowly relax your right leg and bending your left leg, you bring your right foot on the left knee and you bring your arms in between, interlock your fingers and catch hold of your left thigh and try to bring your left leg towards you so that you can feel that stretch into your right hip joint. And slowly release. Now, what you can do is you bring your right foot to your left side. So twisting your legs, keep your both arms at shoulder line and bringing your both legs to the left side. Turn your head to the right. Now slowly come back to the center, bringing your legs and head back to the center and straightening your both legs and relaxing your both arms. Same way, you bend your left leg, catch hold of your left knee and press it towards your left armpit or left shoulder joint. Feel that stretch into your left hip joint. Now slowly release your left leg, bend your right leg and put it on your right knee. Needle your fingers, like arms, and catch hold of your right thigh and press it towards your abdomen. Slowly relax your right leg and bring your left foot on the right side and rest it on the ground and turn your head to the left side. So feel that twist into your back. Feel the stretch into your side of your back. Now, as you open your eyes, slowly bring your legs and head back to the center and straighten your legs one by one, bringing your both hands by side of your body and relax. Now, very slowly, you can bend your both legs, and if you have got yoga block or your bolster or your pillow, you lift your hips up and rest that block under your lower back. Support your lower back with the block or the bolster, and then relax your both hands by side of your body and stay there for a few breaths. Close your eyes. Try to focus on your breath. Now with few blinks, slowly open your eyes. Remove that block from below your lower back and bring your hips down, relaxing your legs. Now slowly turn to any one side and you lie down on your abdomen on the mat into Makarasana or crocodile pose. So for that, we distance our legs, like take maximum distance between your legs, keeping your heels in, toes out, and rest your palms on each other in front by lifting your chest up and resting your forehead on your palms. Now here you can slowly start moving your forehead from side to side, from right to left, from right to left. A very gentle, soft movement of your head side to side where you're rolling your forehead on your palms. And after a few rounds, you can just stay there for a few breaths. Into Makarasana, stay there with your closed eyes. Relax your lower body. Feel that gentle pressure on your abdomen and your forehead region, and relax. Now very slowly, with few blinks, you open your eyes, lift your head up, bring your both legs together, relax your arms, and go into the relaxing position. Take your time. Don't be in a hurry to get up. To any one side you can turn and slowly come back to the sitting position. Keep your eyes closed and sit in any comfortable position. Dr. Vinay, do I have time further for taking pranayama?
How much time do you need for that?
Around 5 minutes.
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Okay. So as we are in sitting position, we will be doing few pranayamas here. So the first one is called as Shitali Pranayam. In this pranayam, we breathe in through the mouth and we breathe out through the nose. So all these pranayamas mainly practiced to activate the lunar energy within us, which is responsible for activating the parasympathetic nervous system, calm down your brain and nervous system, and just it produces that relaxation response. So what we can do is you put your both hands into chin or chinmay mudra on your knees. If you can roll your tongue in, that is fine, like this. Otherwise, you can just bring your lips together to draw or suck the air in through mouth. After complete inhalation, you close your mouth and exhale through your nose. So you close your eyes and we'll practice 6 rounds of Shitali Pranayam. So either you can roll your tongue in. If you can't, you just draw the air in like you suck some juice or water through the straw. Same way you're sucking the air in. And exhale. Again, breathe in through your mouth. And exhale through your nose. Keep your eyes closed. Breathe in through your mouth. Exhale slowly through your nose. Last 2 rounds. Inhale through your mouth. Exhale through your nose. Feel that cooling sensation within your mouth cavity. And with few blinks, slowly open your eyes. The next pranayama, what we are going to perform, is called as Chandra Bhedan Pranayam. In this pranayam, we inhale through the left nostril and we exhale through the right. So for that, we adopt Nasagra Mudra. So you bend your index finger and middle finger, keep your thumb apart and put your ring finger and little finger together. Now with the help of your thumb, you close your right nostril. With the left nostril, you breathe in. With your ring finger, you close the left nostril, open the right and exhale through your right nostril. Once again, you close your right nostril, open the left, close the left nostril and exhale through your right. So again, we will practice 6 rounds of Chandra Bhedan Pranayama. So inhale through your left nostril. After complete inhalation, you close the left nostril, open the right and exhale. Inhale through your left nostril. Exhale through your right. Last round, breathe in through the left. Breathe out through your right. And then gently relax your right hand back on your knee into Chin or Chinmay Mudra. Try to focus on your breath. And lastly, we will practice 3 rounds of Bramhari Pranayama, followed by 3 rounds of Om chanting, and we will end the session with prayer. So for doing Bramhari Pranayama, you take your hands by side and then with your thumbs, you give gentle pressure on your ear flaps. So first you inhale and then give gentle pressure over your ear flaps. You put your all 4 fingers over your eyes, and while you exhale, we are going to make the humming sound like you do in Om chanting. The humming sound like a bumblebee. So you put your thumbs close to the ears, take a deep breath in, close your ear flaps, put your fingers on the ears, on your eyes, and exhale with humming sound. Just release the pressure from your ears. Inhale. Give gentle pressure once again. Last time, breathe in. And gently relax your both hands. Now this time you adopt Adi Mudra. Put your thumbs in, fingers out, and rest them on your knees. And now we will practice 3 rounds of Om chanting. Take a deep breath in. Breathe in. Last time, breathe in. Now try to feel the vibrations of Om within your head region. Bring your both hands near your navel region into Brahma Mudra, so they are still in the feast form, and rest them near your navel region into Brahma Mudra. Just try to feel the silence, the peace within your mind. Try to experience the thoughtless state of your mind. Try to have gentle gazing at the center of your forehead. And once again visualize that full moon at the center of your forehead, spreading relaxation throughout your body and mind. Have some affirmations, very short but clear, into your mind, like, I am happy, I want to be successful, some sort of affirmations, and try to repeat them for 3 times. Try to become aware of that darkness with your closed eyes. Now slowly bring your both hands into Namaskar Mudra. Let's end the session with prayer. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Once again, brush your palms on each other. Rest them on your eyes to feel the warmth. Give gentle massage all over your face. And with few blinks, slowly open your eyes. So here we will end the session of our practice. I hope you have felt some kind of relaxation. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that reposeful, relaxing, sort of soothing experience. I think all our participants are actually benefiting it, and therefore we don't have a long list of questions we normally have. So I think in that way it's been very successful session. Thank you very much. But we do
Yeah,
have
thank you.
many encouraging comments and gratitude that people are expressing. So we have Amuda Devraji who says, beautiful session and wonderful experience, ma'am. Thank you so much. And we have Dhanashri ji says again, thank you so much. It was an amazing experience. So the list is long. People are
All right.
sharing their responses. We have a few questions.
Okay.
So you want to add anything before that? You were trying to say something?
No.
Okay.
Means I am happy to know that people are giving positive feedback. My intention of this session is to give that experience to everyone, and if they have felt that relaxation, so I would just advise that do some kind of this sleep hygiene practice, introduce this into your daily routine, because what happens is till the last minute we keep working, or we are somehow engaged in some sort of activities, and we don't give enough time ourselves to wind down, or just to withdraw ourselves from all those stuff. So give at least 15 to 20 minutes each night. Try to relax your body and mind first, and then only go to sleep.
Sure. No, thank you very much. In fact, you set the tone in the beginning itself when you spoke
Yeah.
about the hygiene, and especially with the electronic gadgets.
Yes.
So we have many friends who are saying, Mohammed Shakil Jafri ji is saying excellent, and we have Veronica ji who has joined us from Canada who is saying gratitude. I will practice this session from now on as I have trouble sleeping. For this will surely help.
Okay. Yes. So by one point, I just missed to mention that many, people might experience certain sleeping disorders. So my intention of bringing this session, especially to those who find it hard to fall asleep, or sometimes they just get, wake up during the night. So if something like this is happening, just try to practice few breathing techniques. Do not get restless or anxious, and try to go back to sleep.
Sure. So thank you so much. We'll take up the questions. Ashok ji from Pune is asking if dinner is over by 9 p.m. or if it's at the 9 p.m. that we are having dinner, what time do we need to start this exercise? How long would it take, and what would be the best time to do this? What is your
See,
advice on
today we have you have done, India time 7 to 8. So if you're taking dinner at 9 o'clock, you can practice beforehand 7 to 8, and then you can have your dinner. But in case if you're taking dinner very early, like 6 or 7 o'clock, have 2 hours of gap in between, and then you can practice this evening yoga flow.
that? And in terms with yoga nidra practice, like if
Mm-hmm.
people have to do both or doing both, how would you suggest what practice can follow the other? Or when would you suggest that they can do yoga nidra and when they can do this evening flow?
See, if even yoga nidra, a short version of yoga nidra or shavasana, you can practice in the bed itself. So before falling asleep, when you're lying in the bed, you can quickly in 10 minutes give yourself auto suggestion to relax different parts of the body, which is also called as progressive muscle relaxation.
Okay.
So you start from your toes of your feet, and step by step you contract them, you just tense them. With inhalation and with exhalation you release. So
Mm.
release that tension, so that particular muscle will get relaxed, and you come up till your head. So that kind of relaxation you can practice in bed itself before going to
Okay.
sleep. So you will release all those tensions or worries, or if your mind is anxious, you just try to take out everything, and then you will fall asleep.
So that can be practiced as going into the bed itself. Like when
Yes.
you, okay.
Yeah. Means you can include with your yoga practice as well if you have got time. But now if you have just got 15-20 minutes, then I would recommend go for few stretches, so that any toxins accumulated in the muscles will get released, and do some pranayama, do some kind of meditation, and shavasana you can do it in the bed.
Mm. Okay. So thank you very much. And we have a compliment and a question from a dear friend, Pooja Jayanji from Bangalore, who
Yeah.
says it was a soothing session, no questions, but just want to pass on my congratulations and love to Ketki. And also later she has a question where she says, is there any significance of adopting mudra to induce sleep? Like how can a mudra practice help? Does it add to something?
Mudras are generally practiced in order to channelize prana within the body. So, like our blood gets stagnated, there are certain muscles or areas in the body or organs, they don't get enough blood supply because of our sedentary lifestyle or stiffness in the body. Same way that vital energy, that prana gets accumulated or which is not flowing freely to each part of uh, our body. So mudras acts like the energy circuits. So when you are adopting these mudras along with pranayama, along with breathing techniques, it helps to open up those blocks and channelize this prana smoothly to different areas of the body. So the pranayama will be more effective, the quality of your pranayama will be more good.
So thank you. We have the next question from Tej Mucharla ji, who is asking about like this set of practice, will it help increase in the melatonin level? Because that is key to get good sleep. So
Yes.
any thoughts and comments on
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, definitely these practices will help to secrete melatonin. But beforehand, as I have said, that you have to control the use of gadgets, because the light which is emitting from the gadgets, that affects the secretion of melatonin. Okay. And my intention of putting low light in the room was the same, that if you, start uh, being there in a low light. So even one step further, I will advise that during when the sun sets, you start putting those dimmers in the room, so it tells your brain that it's night time.
Nighttime.
Yeah. And you should not now indulge in any dynamic activities, but just withdraw yourself, and that's how the melatonin secretion will improve. So disconnect yourself from the gadgets, have low lights in the room. And when we did few sequences where we did forward bends, so because of those forward bends, there is good oxygenation to the brain, and your, the secretion of melatonin can be improved. So yeah.
So just for the benefit of our participants who have joined us, this is melatonin is secretion hormone that is secreted from by the pineal gland, and especially it
Yes.
starts happening around 9 p.m. The ideal time people say is the best time to go
Yeah.
to bed. Would you like to share anything more on this? Because sleep is something so important, and that's where people also have many issues. And once the sleep is deprived, it starts affecting many other aspects of their life. So,
Correct.
would you like to, give us some more recommendations on the practices, good practices, best practices for going
See,
into the
that's why I have mentioned about the sleep hygiene. Just think that when you get up in the morning, you don't straight away start your day. So you perform certain activities like, some of us drink warm water with
Hmm.
lemon and honey, or tea, coffee, or you start your day with fresh fruit and milk. Then you perform certain activities. Then you probably doing some yoga, then you take a bath, you do puja, you take your breakfast, and then you go to your work. So that's how you have done few activities to prepare yourself for the day's work. Same way, you should end your day with certain
Great.
activities, like uh, you have your dinner early, or listen to some good music, read some book. Even you can start reading our scriptures, because that just gives you the positive outlook towards life, and you don't end up going in bed with frustrations and stress. So all these activities will help to secrete more melatonin, and finally you are ready to go into that good night's sleep, and
Hmm.
hence your quality of sleep will improve. It's not that till the last minute I am on my mobile working something, involving in so many activities. Then your brain gets confused that whether you are trying to work for a few more hours or you want to sleep. So it's the conscious process. All these
Hmm.
activities, this evening yoga flow will tell your brain that, come on, it's now time to disconnect from everything. Just, do certain relaxing activities, and that will help for your better sleep.
Thank you very much. This is something that all of us need to realize how it's so important to prepare oneself even to go to bed. Like sleeping
Yes,
could be a very common, ordinary activity that we do every day. Yet the way we can approach it can make all the difference.
yes. And that's why by doing these, or bringing this I would say evening ritual into your daily practice,
Practice.
you will see huge difference in the quality of your sleep.
Hmm. Thank you very much for that. And going further, we have a question from Geeta Ramana ji, who is asking, how many hours of sleep is best? Is there any common guideline? Because we hear different things from different sources. So
Hmm.
is the sleep appetite different from each one of us?
Yes, it differs from individual to individual. Like, how much amount of food I am eating is different from everyone. Some might get that means restoration in 6 hours, but some might need 8 hours of sleep. Like doctors recommend 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night, but what we could see nowadays, that people are sleeping less and less, maybe 6 to 6.5 hours. That's it. They are sleeping. So what I would suggest, if you feel tired during the day, means if you find my sleep is not complete, or I am sleep deprived each day, whenever I get up, I just don't feel that, fresh or energetic feeling, and I'm still tired during the day. Again, you can go through these, whatever we have practiced right now in a small version. So just give little bit of stretch to your body, followed by one breathing technique, or practice a quick relaxation technique. So these will just boost with energy, and you will not feel that lack of energy during the day.
Hmm. I think this is a very interesting area that needs further exploration. While
Yes.
from the modern science perspective, they recommend 7 hours or little more than that. But
Yeah.
in the yogic tradition, we see masters, teachers who just sleep for 3, 4 hours, but at the right time. Like
Correct.
that's what we hear about these people, that they were just sleeping for 4 hours or 5 years, and yet the energy that they carry, the enthusiasm with which they receive the next day or receive everyone around them. I mean, meeting even hundreds of people,
Mm-hmm.
that is something simply amazing. So
Yes.
there's something very interesting happening. The way the quality of the sleep, I think, must make all that difference too. Even though it's a short period of sleep, if they can really
Correct.
get into the best experience of it.
Yeah. See, through my personal experience, what I have came to this point, that if you practice pranayama along with kumbhaka, that is
Mm.
retention of your breath either in or out, that makes a huge difference.
Okay.
Yeah. So pranayama along with kumbhakas, if one start practicing this, you will store lot of energy within you. So I think these, higher uh, practitioners of yoga, how they can survive with just 2 or 4 hours of sleep. I think the key lies in the pranayama practice with
Mm.
kumbhaka.
I think this is one common insight that is recurring again and again with all the practices, the importance of pranayama, whether
Yeah.
even to get a good asana practice or get into meditation practice or gaining mastery over one's own being. So all these things, I think pranayama seems to be a very key practice.
Yes.
And, and because you mentioned about Kumbhaka, I'll just bringing it up further, because Kumbhaka is something that needs to be practiced under the guidance of a senior advanced teacher.
Yes.
Normally, it's not advised, recommended for beginners. So, what would
Correct.
you like to say on that?
Yeah, means if you are going in a yoga class or somewhere, if you have got yoga teacher, learn pranayama with kumbhakas, because the real pranayama starts from there.
Hmm.
So yeah, don't just read the books and do the pranayama, especially with kumbhakas. Learn it with
True.
your
True.
teacher.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I think that's very important.
Yes.
Going on further, we have a question from Sarita Singh ji, who says, "Thank you for the tips. Would you recommend any foods to have or to avoid?" But I would like to just generalize the question a little more, because of many factors that influence the quality of sleep. The mental activity you mentioned, that influences greatly. The other activity or the other factor is food.
Hmm.
So, what would be your advice for to have an optimal relationship or impact of food on sleep? That
Right.
time before you go to bed and the quantity aspect of it, quality aspect of it. If you want to share something on those
Yeah.
lines.
The first thing is try to have early dinner, like 2 to 3 hours before your sleeping time. And again, I'm telling you from my personal experience
Hmm.
that I always eat rice and dal at night, and that helps me to sleep better. You know, the food like rice, people who are following diets and all those stuff, they avoid rice. But I think rice is not bad as that what we feel. So have yogurt rice, dal rice, khichdi, or something very comforting food where
Hmm.
your soul gets satisfied. And then again, if you want to drink a cup of milk at night, that is also fine.
Hmm.
Anything which is light, means you're not taking heavy meals at night. But again, one important thing, don't go to bed hungry. If
Okay.
you're feeling hungry and you're trying to sleep, again, that can be a disturbing factor for you. So
Hmm.
if you feel like that, then drink some milk. at night. But otherwise, I would recommend rice is the best food which will induce good sleep.
Hmm. So we looked into the mental activity. We also looked into food a little bit, but there's also other factor which influences the quality of sleep. That is
Mhm.
the dreams.
Yes.
And in fact, dreams are again influenced by these two, food and the mental activity. And because many people, like, though they sleep for long hours, when they get up in the morning, it's not fresh because
Hmm.
of the dreams. Mostly,
Hmm.
say it's the dreams. So, what are the ways by which one can actually deal with that situation? Any thoughts?
Uh, See, when you have lot of dreams, that means your subconscious mind is still active. That reflects that you have not done that, winding down stuff.
Okay.
As our brain has different wave patterns, during the day when we get up in the morning. So it's recommended to have that, external light or the natural light, which
Hmm.
tells your brain it's a morning time and you should be now, getting ready for the work.
Hmm.
So yes, so that time the beta waves of your brain are active. And as you come at the end of the day, and when
Hmm.
you go into the deep sleep mode, that time your uh, delta waves become very active. Hmm?
Hmm.
So in between, maybe in alpha or theta, we are active. So your brain should switch from your beta waves to the delta waves, but it will not happen suddenly, and that's why sleep hygiene plays important role in taking your brain to create those type of waves where you will find deep sleep and not a dreaming state.
Hmm. So thank you very much for these. We have the list of questions growing now.
Yeah, you
I'll
can
just
ask,
take,
no problem.
yeah, I'll just take a couple of questions more, and we also need to wind up, and we also need to let people sleep.
Yes.
So we have actually people who have joined us from Australia. It must be quite late there, and also we have friends from Singapore who have joined us. So I think we should let them sleep. But a question from a friend in Singapore, Dilan, is asking, why were there many hip opening practices in the
Mhm.
sequence that you gave us? Is there any special significance in that?
Yeah. See what happens when we do Surya Namaskara. There are five types of pranas in our
Hmm.
body, like prana, apana, udana, samana, and vyana. So when we do sun salutations, we mainly use the upper part of our body, like arms, your upper back, and that's
Yes.
how we channelize prana, the prana
Okay.
force, which moves upwards, and that prepares you for the entire day.
Hmm.
And Chandra Namaskar are designed to practice in the evening time, where the lot of movement is in the lower body and where Apana gets activated, which is a down force. And that is how, the prana gets activated by
Hmm.
doing Chandra Namaskar or moon salutation. And that's why there is more emphasis on the lower body, your legs, your hips, and your lower back.
Hmm. Thank you very much for that wonderful explanation. Also, thanks Dilan for this very important question. Otherwise, we would have missed this point.
Yes.
The significance of bringing in Chandra Namaskara in this sequence in contra distinction with the Surya Namaskar. Because Surya
Yes.
Namaskar, as you rightly said, it's the force which allows you to prepares you to get into the day, get into the world of activity. And whereas Chandra Namaskara, which is again, as you mentioned, the Surya Nadi and the Chandra Nadi, Chandra
Yes.
Namaskara, all related aspects which allows you to slow down, calm down, and
Correct.
also connect and ground. So I think
Yes.
in
To
that
feel grounded.
yeah.
Yeah.
So in that context, the hip openers are very helpful.
Very helpful.
So thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
I'll have two more questions. One is on the Bramhari Pranayama. which Anish ji is asking. Uh, it's about the specific way that you gave us the practice. Bramhari Pranayama, is there any other position to keep the hand? Because I learned little finger below lower lip.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I just in this session told you a simpler version, but whatever you have learned is right. The placement of fingers are like this, like which is up above your upper lip. Okay, but many a times, we get more entangled where to place the finger, so it's easier to place just all your four fingers on your eyes, and with your thumb you give gentle pressure on the ear flap. And the main purpose of doing Bramhari is to feel those vibrations created in the head region, and that activates your pineal gland to secrete more melatonin.
So thank you. We again have a question related to the position of sleep. Is there any ideal position to sleep which will actually help or influence the quality of sleep? This question is from Ritu Chakuji, who is again from our Prashanti Vyasa fraternity, who has joined us. Yes.
Again, I will tell you from my experience. What I would recommend is you start lying on your back first, and as I have suggested, for first 5 minutes you quickly practice shavasana or progressive muscle relaxation, and then whichever pose is comfortable to you. Now I turn to my left side and I lie down or I sleep on my left side. But some of you might find, there is one yogasana, means posture, which is called as Matsya Kridasana. So I will quickly show you that pose, and if that is comfortable for you, you can just lie down in this position, if that is comfortable to you. But otherwise, sleeping on your left side or right side, even you can sleep on your back, that's not problem, but whichever is comfortable. Only I would recommend not to sleep on your abdomen, because that exerts a lot of pressure on your heart and other abdominal organs, and it might come in the functioning of the organs. So you start start sleeping lying on your back, and then whichever way is comfortable, turning to your right or left, or even you can lie down or sleep on your back.
In fact, we have a Srinivas Keshamurti ji. He's saying that I almost went to deep sleep in Makaranda Asana.
Yes, Makarasana is that pose which really takes you to a very relaxing or a meditative state of your body and mind. So it brings both the function, like it not only relaxes your body, but because we are resting this forehead region on our palms, and this giving that gentle massage over your forehead helps to calm down your nervous system.
Thank you. I'll just go back to the Chandra Namaskar practice that that we were discussing earlier. In Surya Namaskar, we have a specific sequence of breathing in and breathing out. Go by the counts. Is it similar here? Is it different?
Means you can coordinate your breathing along with each movement, but in today's session I haven't mentioned about it, so nothing wrong in keeping your normal breathing throughout the practice. Means I don't want you to get disturbed or distracted that whether I am breathing correctly or no in each position, because we are doing this to relax and calm down. You just do normal breathing, that is also fine.
Okay. So thank you so much for leading a wonderful session, and also responding to all the questions that we had. I think we have covered most of the questions that we had, but still, as we are speaking, there are questions coming in. So maybe I'll close with this last one. Is there something one can do to quickly fall asleep again when one gets up in the middle of the night involuntarily and without any disturbance? This is a question from Ramkrishnan Sitaramanji. Like when one wakes up in the night, many people find it difficult to go back to sleep again. So, any recommendations, any practices for that?
So I will recommend to do like Soham breathing. When you get up in the middle of the night, again you try to bring your mind to your breath. And there is a subtle sound of your breath. When you inhale, it sounds like so, and when you exhale, hum. So hum. If you don't want to get into soham practice, you just focus on your each breath, how you're inhaling, exhaling, or even you can focus on the movement of your abdomen. So when you inhale, your abdomen bulges up. When you exhale, your abdomen sinks down. Focusing on abdominal breathing will help to give you further relaxation. Or once you get up, if your brain gets starting activated again, you're bringing your brain back to your breathing, and that again calms down your nervous system, and you can easily fall back to sleep.
Yeah, thank you very much. So to quickly summarize, abdominal breathing, elongated exhalation, and Soham practice.
Yes.
So thank you very much. The compliments are pouring in, and many of them want to know how they can connect with you, how can they follow your work, if you're offering any programs related to this. So I'll come back to that question in a minute. I'll just make the announcements for tomorrow and then get back to you for two things. One, what are the various programs that you're offering and how people can connect? And secondly, a parting message, a tip, or a guideline that you would like to share with all our friends this evening.
Sure.
Yeah. Ram Prasad ji, can I request you for tomorrow's programs, please? So tomorrow morning, we are going to have a very interesting session that will be a practice session on Krida Yoga, bringing out the child in you. Nurturing the child inside is so important, nurturing it and also maintaining that innocence. So therefore, we'll have a session by our own Subbu Bhaiya. By this time, you're all familiar with Subbuji. He has been our anchor, one of the most charismatic anchors that we have had. So he will be leading this session, and please do join this for this session. Also bring your children or any kids at home. Also ask them to join. It might be a little early in the morning. Nevertheless, it will be very interesting. Krida Yoga, bringing out the child in you, led by Subbuji, who is the founder of Adhyatma Yoga Academy based in Bangalore. And in the evening, we have a session on Prana and Pranayama. We were discussing so much about the importance of Pranayama in this session. So we have a session for that tomorrow, Prana and Pranayama, an exploration of the vital force, being led by Madeleine Modha Evans, who is a yoga teacher based out of UK and Switzerland in Geneva. And she's also a student of Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji, who is one of the greatest masters, modern masters of Vedanta. So she will be leading this session tomorrow evening. Again, it will be a practical session on Prana and Pranayama and exploration of the vital force. So these are the two sessions for tomorrow. And day after tomorrow, on Saturday, we have again very, very interesting sessions coming up. In the morning, we have a session on Swami Vivekananda and his teachings by Gokul Muthu Narayan Swami ji, who is the founder of Vivekananda Study Circle. So he will be leading us through help us to understand what actually yogi means, because we use the term so loosely today. With a 200-hour program, many of us call ourselves as yogi so and so. But what actually does that word imply? In fact, Krishna uses the word Tasmad Yogi Bhava Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. So what actually does it mean, and how Swami Vivekananda brings that out in his own life? And in that day evening, that is on Saturday evening, we have again an excellent session by Chef Manjit Singh Gill, who is one of the known chefs of India and the world, who has served many presidents, American presidents, and the state heads across the countries. He will be bringing a session, in fact, an experiential session on food is auspicious. So we were discussing about, as we were discussing about the quality of sleep, we also looked into one factor, that is food. So he will be actually leading us through a beautiful session on food is auspicious on Saturday night. So we have these interesting sessions lined up. So please do stay with us. what we are trying to do here is to understand yoga in its largest perspective. No aspect of life, no domain of life can remain untouched by yoga. We saw how nidra, sleep, can be aspect of yoga. Tomorrow we'll see how game and fun activity can be influenced or guided by yoga. And we also see how food can be guided by yoga, the understanding of yoga. Earlier we saw how walking can itself be yoga. So every aspect of life, whether the spiritual aspect or the so-called mundane aspect of life, has to be encompassed by yoga, and this is the attempt which we are trying to do in this festival. So do stay with us, connect with us, join for all these sessions up to 31st July. And I also would like to mention that all these sessions are being recorded and are made available on Indica Yoga YouTube channel. So in case if you have missed any session, please go back, revisit these channels. And if you want to again and again make use of a session, practice session like the one that we had just now, you can always make use of it. It's available for your use and at your disposal on Indica Yoga YouTube channel and also Indica Yoga website, that is www.indicayoga.com. So please make use of this. With this request, I now come back to Ketki ji for two things. One, how can people follow your work, get connected with you?
Yeah. So they can contact me on my email address, and that is ketki@atmanconsultancy.co.uk.
Can you please repeat?
Yeah, my first name, Ketki,
Yeah.
at Atman Consultancy
Yes.
.co.uk. And they can also follow me on Facebook with the same name, Ketki Gokhale, and I have got website as well, atmanconsultancy.co.uk. And
the website is atmanconsultancy.co.uk.
Yes. And currently I am working on a project that is yoga therapy for insomnia. So I have created a separate Facebook group. So those who are going through any sleeping difficulty, they can join my Facebook group. And soon I am launching my signature yoga program for insomnia.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I am sure many of our participants would be very keen to join and make the most of what is being offered to them.
Yes, sure.
And what would be your guidance or tip or anything that you feel inspired at the moment to share with all our participants?
Yeah, as my purpose of doing this session was to start including that sleep hygiene in your everyday routine. So I would just like to give one example. When you go to maybe a classical music concert, and when you listen to a classical singer, he just didn't start his song, but he start his song by setting some background, that is by taking few alaps before, and then he starts his song. Similarly, don't carry all the tensions and stresses of the day and just go to sleep, but beforehand try to incorporate this sleep hygiene of at least 15 to 20 minutes beforehand, and each night go to bed with happy and fulfilling heart.
So thank you very much for that lovely message. Sing along your way to good sleep, sound
Yes.
sleep. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for joining in. Thank you, Dr. Vinay.
So I thank all our participants and also our technical team who has been supporting us in this endeavor. And I also would like to invite all our participants. See, the whole purpose of this festival was to bring our focus more towards the wellness aspect, because there was so much focus on illness, pandemic. So what we would request you, if you have found benefits here, please become wellness ambassadors, spread the word, spread this positivity, spread wellness to the world. This is what world needs at the moment. So with this, I thank each one of you for joining us, and Shubhadinam. Shubharatri, Shubhasayam, wherever you are, whatever it means to you. Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad.